Hi guys, welcome back to Aura in the Clouds, and we'll be continuing on in our series of how to draw a chibi when you're not good at drawing. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to use a template to draw out the chibi body and make adjustments according to your preference. Like I said in my introduction video, when I was trying to figure out how to draw a chibi, I stumbled onto this amazing set of templates, and here they are. These templates are amazing. These poses are amazing. These templates were created by an artist named Nukababe, aka Okojo-chan. So a big shout out to Nukababe for making these amazing templates and making chibi drawing so much more easier. I'm also going to add the link of the DeviantArt page in the description box so that you can go and check out the page of this artist and see all the amazing poses and templates and anime characters and chibi characters that they've drawn. They have male and female characters and templates, so just go to their page, check it out. The link is down there below in the description box. If you're already familiar with Photoshop, please bear with me because sometimes I go to a little bit more of a detail for those that are just starting out in Photoshop. And with that said, why wait any longer? Let's start drawing. Okay, so today I'm going to start drawing with this image. I really like this one, this pose. So let's start. I'm just gonna drag it, bring it all the way down to your Photoshop. Bring it all the way up here and drop it, and there we have it. I just grab the rectangular murky tool up here and draw a box around it. Press Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste it. There we go. Now go back to your move tool, and now you can either move it around your canvas wherever you want, or you can make it smaller or bigger, whichever you want, however you want it. Okay, so now let's say I want her looking the other way. So I want to flip her side. So to do that, go up to Edit, come all the way down, go to Transform, say Flip Horizontal. There we have it. Now she's looking the other way. Just adjust it. Alright, so let's start drawing now. So I'm gonna go to my pen tool. I have it, but I have it on path. So let's change that. Let's change that into shape. Now I have it on shape. I have my stroke here. It's in black color, and I have the stroke size 5. Guys, the kind of stroke and outline that you want on your chibi character is totally up to you. If you want them to have a thick outline, a thin outline, if you want the outline to match the skin color, if you want it in black, or if you don't want any outline at all, it's all according to your preference. So I have the stroke in black and the size is 5, and let's start drawing. I'll just zoom in. I'm just going to start drawing along this outline now. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just remember to keep the alignment in the middle. Let's remove this handle. If you don't want your chibi to have an ear, that's okay too. So there we go. We've outlined her head. So next, I'm gonna do the body in the same way. I'll just zoom in. And I'm gonna fast forward that bit for you. And I'll be back once I'm done outlining this figure. The level of detailing on your chibi character is totally up to you. Someone might like a fully detailed hand or foot, while somebody else might not bother so much about it. So everything, all the details are totally up to you, up to your preference. There is no right or wrong in it. I don't really like fully detailed hands, so I'm just going to detail it down a little bit. Alright, so if you click on this I button, you will see that I have drawn her outline now. You can also see that I made different shapes for different parts of the figure. I didn't make it as one complete shape. That's okay, I will show you later how to make that into one flat layer. So now I've drawn the outline of our chibi character. If you're happy with the way it looks, that's fine. But I'm going to go in and make some adjustments to show you how you can adjust your template to suit your preference. For this, I'm going to be using the direct selection tool. In a previous video of mine, I've shown you how this tool works. So I'm just going to go and fast forward it, and you'll be able to see all the alterations that I'm making. Guys, there's a bit of an important step that I forgot to tell you here. Before we go and make alterations to the outline that we just drew, make a copy of it. Make a copy and then make the new alterations in the new copy, because it's always good to have the original copy in case you make a mistake and you want to go back to the previous step. I will be showing this in another step as well. However, we should have made a copy before we went and made alterations to the original figure. I'm actually going to remove this anchor point here. So I'm just going to go to my pen tool, the delete anchor point tool. Just going to delete that, that's fine. I go to my direct selection tool and I'm just going to adjust how it looks now. guys, this is all depending on your taste or how you want your chibi to look. If you are happy with how the template works, then that's fine, but if you want to make adjustments, just go in and do those adjustments. It's always good, guys, to just zoom out of whatever you're doing. Just look at it in the bigger picture, because you start seeing the flaws, or you start seeing where things need to be adjusted accordingly. So let's say I want her whole hand to be a little bit longer. So I'm just going to make sure I select just the anchor points that I need and just pull this out a little bit so that it's adjusted to how I need it to be. By the way, guys, if you made a mistake and wanna undo that mistake, you can come up here to edit and press redo, undo. You will have the options up here, or you can also just press Ctrl C, which will undo whatever mistake you did. Guys, drawing these kind of drawings is not easy. It's very time consuming, but this method is a little bit easier than just drawing freehand, because if you want to draw freehand, obviously you need to be quite good at it. If you're really good at drawing freehand, then that's great, but I am not, and this is just an easy method for those who are not that good at drawing completely freehand. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with my adjustments. If I click back the original template, you can see that I made quite a few adjustments. But again, it's all up to your personal preference, how you like to do it. I just wanted to show you how you can use a template, but then make adjustments according to your preference. And now what I'm going to do is, first I'll rename this as our head, because it is our head. And now this all are our body layers. I'll select all of these shapes which are the body, and I'm going to press this folder button right here. That will put them all into that folder, so you don't have to be worried about multiple little parts. When we add a lot more detail, there's going to be a lot more layers, and then you get confused. So this is really good way to not get confused, and we put them all to a group, to one singular folder, and we'll just rename that as body. And now if I uncheck this button, you will see that it's all gone, because it's all now in one singular folder. Of course, if you want to go later and just adjust something within that folder, you can always just press this little click down arrow key, and then there's all the layers that's inside that folder. You can just go ahead and adjust whichever part you want. We have our body group now, so what I'm going to do is, you can either right click and come up here, select duplicate group. You can press Ctrl J in the keyboard and that'll duplicate it, or you can just drag it all the way down to this new layer button, and that will duplicate it for you. So now you have a new one called body copy. Alright, so now it's time to color the body. I'm going to start with the head. Before I start with the head, I'm just going to duplicate it and make a new copy. Now you can't just go and grab a brush tool or a paint bucket and start coloring. You get this notification saying the shape layer must be rasterized. So I will show that to you in a bit. But because our head is one complete shape, you could go and grab the pen tool, and when you grab the pen tool, you see your pen tool options, and then you can go to the fill and say and give it a fill. So there you go. You can color a shape like that if it's one complete shape. You can do that. But I'm also going to show you another way. I'm just going to uncheck this. I'll make a new copy. So now let's say you want to paint it by a brush tool or a paint bucket. So to do that, first you need to rasterize it. So just right click, come down here, and there you have Rasterize Layer. You press that, and now it's become a normal layer. Because before it was just a vector layer, you cannot color shapes like that. So what we did by rasterizing this layer is to convert the vector into pixels. And now you can go ahead and start coloring. So first of all, I'll come up here. Here's my magic wand tool. I will select it, and there you go, my head is selected. I'll go with the brush tool. Make it big, and there you go. I colored the head. Deselect. Good. And I will name that as head color. Right. Okay, so now it's time to color her body like that. So we'll go to the body copy that we made, select all of these shape layers, select all of them, and right click and press Rasterize Layers. And now we have them all in a pixelated format. But as you can see, there's still different layers, and we need to make them all into one flat image. To do that, while it's selected, right click, and down here you have Merge Layers. So just press Merge Layers. And now you can see they've all just become one single layer. If I uncheck this I button, it's just one layer now. So let's start coloring this. But before I color this, I'm just going to go and hide the head. When we hide the head, you can see while all of this is pretty complete, there's one little gap here up in the top. If we try to select this body with the wand tool, you can't, because it goes out, it selects the whole canvas because there is that opening there. So what we need to do is we need to close that opening. Deselect. I'll go to my brush tool, make it really small, and just close this gap a little bit. Now once you've done that, go back to your wand tool, and there you go. Your image is now selected, but only on the inside. So we can go ahead, grab the brush tool or the paint bucket tool again, and just color it. And deselect. There you go. She's colored. Also, if you can zoom in here, you can see that there's a little bits that are sticking out, like over here. And just go with the eraser and just erase those little bits, unnecessary bits that are sticking out like that. I'll bring back the head. I'll also name this layer with the body as body color. And there you go, we've colored the body now. I know we need to add some shadings and highlights, but I would say let's do that after we've drawn her outfit. Alright guys, so we have just completed drawing and adjusting the body of our chibi character. So a lot of these details are according to your personal preference. This video is simply a guide to show you how you can draw your chibi character using a template. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about this video or any other video, or about the drawings or about the animations that I do. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And let's jump in straight to our next video so we can go and make a cute little outfit for our chibi girl.